If you've ever heard, "I need space," from someone you care about, you know it lands in the pit of your stomach like a heavy stone. Suddenly, you're questioning everything. What did you do wrong? Are they pulling away for good? But here's the thing. When a woman says she needs space, what she's really thinking might surprise you. Today, we're going to peel back the layers and give you an inside look into what's going on in her mind when those 3 words drop into the conversation. So stay with me, because you might walk away not just with answers, but with a whole new perspective on your relationships. Let's get right into it. When she says, "I need space," is she secretly plotting her exit? Or maybe she's just overwhelmed and needs a breather. Most guys, when they hear this, instantly get worried that their girlfriend or wife might be losing interest or getting ready to call it quits. But that's honestly not always the case. At first it feels amazing. You're inseparable, you share everything, it's romantic. But over time, that same closeness can begin to feel suffocating. Not because you don't care, but because you start to lose a sense of yourself. People are wired to need both connection and independence. When those needs get out of balance, anxiety creeps in. Arthur Aaron, a research professor who's spent decades studying relationships, said that feeling like you've lost yourself is the big red flag. It's not about fading love, it's about, "I'm so caught up in us, I'm forgetting who I am." You might notice your partner talking less about her own interests, seeing friends less, or maybe dropping old hobbies because everything is about the relationship. At a certain point, she realizes, "I need to step back and reconnect with myself. In these moments, I need space isn't about you. It's about her sense of identity." So, what's she thinking when she says those words? First, she's searching for relief. The relationship might feel like it's closing in, even if it's a good relationship. It's not that she wants out. She wants to breathe. She needs room to think, to reflect, to feel her own emotions without the pressure to keep everything together. In most cases, she's not packing her bags or erasing all trace of you. She's craving solitude because she knows she'll come back to the relationship stronger. Sometimes, space equals self-care. Second, she's probably hoping for understanding, not panic. She wants to be heard. Saying, "I need space," is often her way of saying, "I need you to respect my boundaries." She doesn't want to hurt you. In fact, she might agonize about how you'll react, whether you'll take it personally or imagine the worst. Third, she may be dealing with stress, uncertainty, or big life changes. Maybe work is hectic, or family drama is weighing on her. If the 2 of you have an argument, one person might want to talk it out immediately, for fear the problem will grow. The other, her in this case, wants space to avoid saying something she'll regret, or to process her own feelings without pressure. This isn't about stonewalling, it's about keeping things from escalating. Psychotherapists hear this all the time. "Every time we argue, my partner just walks away. How can we fix anything if she won't talk?" But for someone who says they need space, the truth is, she feels overwhelmed, maybe even controlled. She's desperate for a break, so she can gather her thoughts and come back calm, rather than lashing out. It's a self-preservation strategy. Not only is she protecting herself, she's protecting the relationship from unnecessary damage. It's the classic fight-or-flight response. Instead of fighting, she flees, but only temporarily. Her biggest fear is saying the wrong thing and making everything worse. When she comes back, she's not lost. She's renewed. So let's bust a huge myth right now. Wanting space doesn't mean she loves you less. On the contrary, it might mean she wants to make sure the relationship continues in a healthy way. If she didn't care, she wouldn't bother to ask for space. She's trying to fix it before things go down the wrong path. Still, there's another layer, the fear of abandonment. For the partner on the receiving end, hearing "I need space" can feel brutal. It's common to worry that this is just a soft way of saying goodbye. But unless she's been distant for a long time, stopped communicating, or you see other signs that the relationship is breaking down, that need for space is typically a signal to step back, not give up. Sometimes too much togetherness can actually drive people apart. Giving space earns trust, respect, and ultimately, deeper connection. Now here's where empathy comes in. Imagine you're in her shoes. Also, if you're ready to fast-track your success, check out my new course in the description or comments for exclusive strategies. So, what's she thinking about you while she has space? Here's what most women report. They're not thinking less of you. If anything, they're gaining new perspective, reflecting on the relationship, remembering the qualities they love about you, considering how they want to show up as a partner. It's a chance to shake off daily irritations and see the bigger picture. Sometimes she's evaluating, what do I really want? Maybe there's a nagging issue she's been ignoring. Space is her way to figure out what she needs without distraction. Clearing her head is essential before she talks to you about it. Other times, she's dealing with inner struggles, anxiety, depression, or personal growth. These things take alone time. Individual therapy, journaling, connecting with friends and family, all are part of the process of finding herself again. It's not always about you or the relationship. It's a pause, a moment to decide, is this relationship still the best thing for me? If she's communicated clearly and things haven't improved, she might be asking for space to avoid resentment or guilt. Still, most of the time, the need for space isn't an ending. It's a reset. She's hoping you'll honor it and maybe even use it for your own self-discovery. Here's a powerful thing. If you react to her request for space with understanding rather than panic, it can transform the relationship. Instead of chasing after her or bombarding her with calls and texts, you step back, give her the room she needs, and use the time to build yourself up. Go do something that matters to you. Hang out with friends, focus on work, try something new. When you both reconnect, you have more to bring to the table. Couples who learn to navigate these periods of distance usually come back stronger. They talk about new experiences, share fresh stories, laugh again. She's stressed by life events, and the relationship isn't the source of that stress. She wants to make sure she doesn't lose herself in the relationship. She's hoping you'll respect her boundaries and trust her. She wants to reset, not end things. Now, if you're worried that she's drifting away, look for patterns. Is she always distant, checking out emotionally, avoiding you for longer and longer stretches? Or does she come back after time apart, more present and loving? The first scenario might signal deeper issues, but the second is typical of a healthy relationship between two independent adults. It's also worth talking openly, even if it feels vulnerable. Ask her, what do you need space for? Without accusing or demanding, listen, really listen, to her answer. Maybe she needs time for her hobbies, to see friends, handle family business, or work on mental health. The more open you are, the less likely space becomes a weapon or a wall between you. When you're not always available, when you give her time to miss you and crave your presence, you reignite the spark. Overdependence can erode mystery and desire. Independent couples, who can be happy together and apart, attract and keep each other's interest much longer. Time apart makes time together sweeter. Now, sometimes, I need space comes after a rough patch. Maybe there's been tension, arguments, misunderstandings. In this case, space can cool things down, so both can reflect and see where things went sideways. She's likely hoping the dust settles, and you both can talk calmly, without emotional overload. And for people who grew up in families where conflict meant danger, space gives a sense of safety. Instead of feeling cornered or forced to talk, she has time to process and come back by choice. This builds trust. If you keep pushing, you risk triggering old wounds, and that's when stonewalling begins. Trust her, and trust the process. Relationships require boundaries as much as connection. If you handle her need for space with patience and respect, she'll likely come back with gratitude and deeper affection. But if you struggle, if you feel abandoned or anxious, That's also normal. It might help to talk to someone about it, a friend, a therapist, someone neutral. Your needs matter too, and you deserve support. Over time, you'll learn to see the difference between healthy distance and warning signs. Finally, if you're the one who needs space, be honest about it. Explain your reasons clearly and reassure your partner. Set expectations. Will you call, text, or check in? How long do you need? The more you spell it out, the easier it is for both of you to navigate this period. Here's the takeaway. When she says, "I need space," she's not closing the door. She's asking for oxygen, hoping you'll let her breathe and come back as herself. Thanks for watching. If you want to get the results you wish for fast, then check my limited time offer on my new course, which will skyrocket your success in dating. Click the link right now down below in the description or in the comments, and grab this opportunity. See you in there.